Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The running game will be a focus today. The Niners are top 10 in rush yards allowed, and they're going up against the Eagles team that will need to figure out how much it can count on the run. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. For the tackle. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we've got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Ready. Winding down. Now Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
3 down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense. And this time they take their man down.
Now Wentz. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First down. Finding time. He's going to air one out. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st down, Ryan. It's caught. Humphries. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come up in an offset eye. First carry for Chris Ivory. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Ryan on 1st down. Carew's got it complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. The play clock's running down. Now they'll run it on the toss. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Play clock winding down. They snap it and run. Now Ryan. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. 4 down. 4 down. Ready, blue 80.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Ryan. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ryan Dallaire able to drop him for a loss of 4. Now from back at the 9 after that last play. This is 3rd and goal.
Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Ready, blue 80.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. For the 49ers, their starters defensively, and I got to look at DeForest Buckner.
Love him. Tall, angular. What you worry about with guys like that is can they bend and play with leverage? And DeForest Buckner absolutely can. Did everything that was asked of him at Oregon. He's going to have a big-time career with the 49ers.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. His tight end, Jordan Cameron, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And ready for 3rd and 6.
Watch left. Watch left. Here we go. Here we go. Hurry up. Hit him.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Little motion now from the tight end. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Green 39.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
It's caught. Cameron, left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down, 8.
All right, here we go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in film, is a defense that likes to get out fast relaxed in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does when a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Here we go now. Check.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And it's fourth down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kept that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
Super toe.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Hey, watch it.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
84. Who's got 84? Check 84. Back 25. Key to tight end.
On second down, here's Ryan. It's caught. Humphreys. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Ryan. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
There's Coleman. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. And the D looking like they may blitz. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Hey, boys, got four down. Ready, ready. Let's go. Look out. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 55's mine.
They go play action with Ryan. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business. Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense, hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only one on that play.
Second down following the run.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Ready. Back 25. Four down. Check.
The play clock's running down. From midfield now. Here's Ryan. He's got time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left. We got 4. Ready, 25!
Play clock winding down. Now Ryan. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
3 down. Got it. 55, Mike, 55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it's 4th and 4. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wentz now on first down. Left side caught by Matthews. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Eagles are going to have a first down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit!
Throwing on first is Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So 20 yards to go here on first down.
All right, here we go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green Beckham. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd down following the incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. Cameron left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
We're still in search of the first down after that last completion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wentz going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when you were kids and you're playing Little League Baseball? and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order. That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
Right? But the 9 picks you want.
You want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
Tight, watch left. Come on! Showing it, showing it. Mike, 53. 58. Check 37. Check right. Gun. Check. Kill. 12. Whip.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it.
Ready, blue 80. 54, check 3. Get out. Back
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is the only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wentz on third down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan. Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. On second down, Ryan surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. 10 yards to go on third.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Mike 5-5, Mike 25, Mike 11. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno. Gun. Out.
Time running out here on the play clock. To throw is Ryan. It's caught. Patton. 30. The 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. Quentin Patton, 79 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize how's it works for something else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
Double tight.
They'll come out in the pistol. Wentz now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go.
This is Coleman. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Here we go now.
And now a carry here for their fullback. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more after this. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Check one. Watch it, 5. Gun. Alert 3.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get out the field on this run. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wentz. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the loose. 51. He's coming. We got double up, double up. Hey, check 4, check 4. Ready, ready.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Hey, right, Roger. 59, ready. Say, right. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check. 53.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Number 53.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And out come the Eagles. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Wentz going to throw. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. One receiver left, three to the right. A final shot before half for Wentz. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Offense in a good spot here, second and 2.
Lucky 56. Now let's go.
Coleman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here we go now.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Unable to complete it to Green Beckham. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space, and that'll bring up second down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
Coleman now. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long.
Here we go.
Wentz to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Good. Here we go now.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice touch.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make the quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
I'm going to run you over.
Here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Now Wentz. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up the third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the play clock's running down. From the gun on third down, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
On first down, this is Ivory. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, Ryan. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Got it! 53 is the
Play clock winding down. On second down, here's Ryan. He's got Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
All right, here we go.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Wentz to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any fake or move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
Feels right, feels right. You don't know no better. Hurry up, here we go.
Again, it's Wentz. And he's got his man. That's the veteran Selleck with the Eagle touchdown. Brent Selleck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he rifles one incomplete. Derek Carrier, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it.
Alert! Check! Tighten up! Tighten up! 555! 58! Check safety! Ready! Ready! Right there in the middle. 55!
Play action. It's Ryan. Finding time. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Hey! You got three! Three now! 55's mine, guys, 55.
On third down, Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Final minute now of the third quarter. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Wants to throw on second down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jordan Cameron is tied in the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
55, 51, 59, ready. 52.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job to hold your block against a really good defensive end.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12.
Come on, baby, get excited. Let's go.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there, 22.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
3 down. Got it. Mike 25. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. It's caught. Humphreys. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to grade the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
3 down. Hey, check. Go. Hey, gun.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Play clock winding down. On 2nd down, Ryan going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Hey. 4 down. 58. Switch.
They come out 5 wide, into the right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Over!
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Wentz going to throw. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And caught by Cameron right side. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Left side, caught by Matthews. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down, Wentz. His throw incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Once again here on 2nd and 10. Right side catch, Gilmore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. You don't have to win it physically, you just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Matthews that time. 3rd down here.
And the seam pass is knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Adam Humphries, 93 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Simple slant route, and it works to perfection.
And when you're a big-bodied receiver, you use it like it's a basketball play. Body the defender away and catch the football.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Another pistol look here. Wins to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And how about this? A fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll give it to him right up the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Strong left, strong left, strong left. 4 down, 4 down, check, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Ryan. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
We've got a 3rd and 11.
We got tight right, tight right. Hey, we got 4 down, 4 down. Look out!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Here we go.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Switch. 11. Check. Lucky. Ready. Wait. Switch. Hey, 59, ready. Check 13. 11. Shift. Get up. Watch the shift. Ready. Like 25.
Play action. It's Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Cameron, the intended receiver there, and it's 3rd and short. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Wentz now on 1st down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And on that one with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And they'll run it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Double tight. Double tight. Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Got it. 280.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish.